Hello and welcome back. If you have watched the previous videos, you know that we've been working on the Lotus project for which we built a web page and then we made it responsive, mobile friendly. But here I want to pause for a few seconds and discover the reasons behind why would you even want to have a web page. Well, obviously you want to have an online presence, but remember, just creating a web page, just designing it, developing it is not enough. Once your web page is live, you want to be discovered by other people. You want to be seen, or in other words, you want to have some traffic towards your website. Now, while you can do that using paid advertising, social media, or other platforms, remember that the majority of online traffic is driven by search engines. And that's why, after developing a web page, it's a great idea to go ahead and optimize it for search engines to increase the visibility of the web page. You want it to appear on the first page of Google, for example. If possible, there's going to be competition, but there are some good practices you can follow while developing a web page to ensure that you have a chance of appearing at the top of the search and therefore get more traffic to your website. That's exactly why you designed the website in the first place. So SEO, search engine optimization, is the topic of this video for the project that we have designed and developed together called Lotus Flower Bakery. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have so far. So as you can see here, this is the web page we have developed as a first version for the homepage of Lotus Flower Bakery. We are going to add more pages to this project, but now that we have a complete page for the homepage, the landing page where the clients come to the first page of the website, let's go ahead and make it optimized for search engines as well. So let's get to the code. I'm going to open my Visual Studio Code. As you remember, that's where we created the files for this project. We have the HTML file, we have the CSS file, we have a JavaScript file, which we haven't used yet, and we have some images to include on this project. So if you remember, at the beginning, we discussed the head section of your project, which is here on the top. And I told you this is some section that you are not going to see within the design of the website on the browser, but we use it to communicate with the browser. And one of the things basically we do with the head section is to give instructions to search engines, to the browser, and the way they communicate with the search engine. When the search engine crawls the web page, understands what this web page is about, what the title of the web page is, what the keywords are, what the description is. And right before we go ahead and add some lines in the head section to basically increase the optimization for the search engines for this web project, let me show you a little bit what I mean by title, by description. Let me go ahead and search on Google something like homemade bread. So after you search something like homemade bread on Google, you will see multiple results on the first page. There's videos, sometimes there are ads at the top. In this case, we don't have any ads on the top. So the first one is the result of organic search. Homemade bread recipe is the first website that is showing up here. And as a result of being the first, it's probably going to get a lot of traffic, a lot of visitors who are looking for homemade bread recipes. Now, by looking at this block over here on the top, you will see that there's this blue link at the top. This is the page title. The page title for this particular page is this. So what you see as the main title here, which is also a link that takes you to the home page or to the page that you want to go to, is the title. What you see after that, there's a short text, like 2 lines of text, which could be part of the content of the web page itself, or it could be some other text related to the page. This is the description part. Now, if this is something that sells. If it's page of an online store, or if there's a rating system, you might also see the rating system down here, and then also the internal links to other pages from that page. And if you do have some featured image for that page, you can also see it somewhere on the search on the right side. So let's click on this link and go to that web page. Homemade bread is the web page that we just started. Now let's take a look at the top. You will see homemade bread recipe, and then there is this little dash or hyphen up there, and then there's tastes better from scratch. So this part, the first part before the dash or hyphen, is the page title, which you also saw on the Google results. And then the second part is the description of what this page specifically is about. So what we are going to do is create the page title and then the description for the web page that we have created. So remember, the page title is this one, the description is the short text after that. Now, let's go back, and you can see right now the page title is a default document created by Visual Studio Code. So let's go over here to our code and let's start. So first of all, the title, we want to change this, and the best title for this project is exactly the name of this website, which is the name of the business, which is going to be Lotus Flower Bakery. So let's go ahead and add that here. Now remember, for different pages, you can keep this part, and then you can put a dash or a hyphen or some other separators like the pipe sign or anything, and then add what that particular page is about that belongs to this business. So for example, if we were creating the about page, it would be something like this. So we would write about. If we were working on the contact page, we would write contact over here. Okay, so that's how it works. Now we are doing the home page, so there's nothing else after that. I'll just go with Lotus Flower Bakery on the top, and that's the title. Now let's go ahead and add our description. For the description, we need something called a meta tag, and you've seen it before on line 4 and 5 over here. One meta tag for the char set, the UTF-8, and so the character set on the whole page, which is the default is the UTF-8, and the second meta tag here is related to responsiveness. The name is viewport, and then there's the content width, which is going to be the width of the device, and the initial scale is 1. So that's basically another line you add to the head section if you want to use media queries in order to make your page responsive. Now, the title is done for SEO purposes. The second one is another meta tag that we would like to create. Now, the meta tag, if you see from before the previous lines, is a self-closing tag. So as you can see, there is just a opening, and at the end you just close it. There's no separate closing tag for the meta tag. Now for the description, we are going to give it a name to be equal to, so you need to type the name of the meta tag. The first thing we want to add here is description. Very important for search engine optimization. And then after the name description, you want to add the content. So what is the content for the description for this page? So the description of the page is the text you will see right after the title on search engine. And the content for that is something related to this page. So I'm going to use something from this page. This line, welcome to Lotus Flower Bakery, where we redefine the joy of bread making. So I don't want it to be too long and not too short. So there is some good practice for how long it is going to be. That's a discussion of another video when we just focus on SEO. But I'm going with this length, maybe 2 sentences for now. And I will just paste it over here. Okay, so that's welcome to Lotus Flower Bakery, where we redefine the joy of bread making in a world filled with factory-made bread. Finding authentic artisan sourdough is a challenge. So that's the description of this page. The title was Lotus Flower Bakery. This is the description. We can also add some keywords. The keywords are the words that the users type on the search engine to look for pages, to look for information over there. So I'm going to start a new meta tag. The name is going to be equal to keywords, and the content, which means what the keywords for this page are, comma separated. You can list them here. So again, we could have a different video to talk about how to choose keywords, how long the keywords should be, how if they're shorter versus when they're longer, the competitive advantage and all of that information. But for now, let's go with a few keywords that are not too short, not too general. For example, I don't want to write just bakery, so that anyone who searches for bakery, basically what you want to do is, if someone searches for bakery, find your website. But remember, there is tons of bakery websites out there and the competition is so high. So it's going to be very difficult to compete with all the other websites who have the keyword bakery in their title, in their keywords, in the description. So I want something a little bit more specific. It's still about bakery, not too general, not too short. So the first keyword for this particular page would probably be something like Lotus Bakery. So I'm making it a little bit more specific with the name of this bakery. So I don't want to find all of the bakeries out there. I want to find Lotus Bakery. Now, if you want to make it more specific, that's even better because there's less competition. But what are the chances of somebody typing exactly Lotus Flour Bakery? So I'm guessing if you have clients for your bakery who might know the name of your bakery, they might type Lotus Bakery and not Lotus Flour Bakery. So that would be the best keyword. If you trained your customers to search for Lotus Flour Bakery, that's the easiest. You can easily compete with all the other websites and appear on the first page of Google, but that's not what's happening in reality. So I'm going with Lotus Bakery as one keyword, and then I'm going to put a comma here, and I want to add another keyword. So let's go something like, let's say, bakery in Toronto. That's where this bakery is. So if somebody searches for bakery in Toronto, now there is less competition because we're not searching for all of the bakeries around the world. It's a local search mostly, and maybe they don't know the name of the bakery. They're just looking for a bakery that's in Toronto. So that's another keyword we can use for this page. Just remember, a good rule of thumb is don't use too many keywords. You want to use maybe 2 or 3 maximum keywords for your page that are absolutely related to the page. If you have too many keywords, if they're not related to the content of the page, you might be penalized by the search engine. So search engines are very smart, and they're very good at finding out whether or not you want to trick them. So we just want to have a good communication and good interaction with the search engine, and we want to follow the best practices. 2 keywords for here, that's it. The description, the title. Now, if you ask me which one of these 3 items are the most important for the search engine optimization, I would tell you first it's the title, then it's the description, and after that it's the keyword. So don't think the keywords are the most important thing. The title and description are probably more important. Remember something. The keywords that you want the users to search for and find your website should be inside your title and the description too. So for example, if you want Lotus Bakery to be a keyword, you have Lotus and Bakery inside your title, and you have exactly the same thing inside your description content too. So description says, welcome to Lotus Flour Bakery. Your title says Lotus Flour Bakery, and you have a keyword Lotus Bakery. Let me also go ahead and add the complete name of the business to here too. So Lotus Flour Bakery, just in case. Okay. Now, before moving on, remember the keywords appear in title, in description, and also if you scroll down to the actual content of the web page which we designed, you can see the same keywords repeated, not too many times, just a few times within the context of the web page too. So you see we have a paragraph tag. Well, we have an H1, which is basically the title, a heading in the website that is Lotus Flour Bakery. Let me actually show it to you on the design itself. So this is the page. here is an H1, a heading. Very important that you have your keywords on at least one of the headings, and we have it now in the first heading over here, the same keyword as the title, the same as the keyword, the same phrase appears in the description. And now if you scroll down further, you will see it's also in a paragraph, the welcome to Lotus Flower Bakery. Now we don't want to again repeat it too many times. We don't want to repeat it more than twice or three times throughout the whole page, but we do want to make sure that this keyword exists within the content of the page that you are creating the title and description and the keywords for. Okay, so here, let's review. We added the title, we added 2 meta tags, one for description and one for keywords. Okay, there are other details that you can add, like the author of the page, especially if you're dealing with a blog page, blog post, and other information. But at the moment, we are good in terms of search engine optimization for this page. So let's go ahead and save this page. And once you save the page, if you go back here and refresh the page, you will see on your browser that it doesn't say document anymore for the home page. It says Lotus Flower Bakery on the top. And if your web page is live and after Google crawls it and indexes the page, might take a few days, and you can do things to make it a little bit faster. That's again the topic of a different conversation. But once it's indexed, then you type Lotus Flower Bakery, you will go to Google search results, you will see Lotus Flower Bakery like this as the title, and then you will see the description like this afterwards. Okay, so that's the SEO optimization for the homepage that we have created. Now, what we want to do for the rest of the project is repeat the same process for all the other pages. We want to create the About page, design it, develop it, make it responsive and mobile friendly, and then add the optimization for search engine. Then we will go to menu, and then we will go to order. So if you're interested, feel free to follow all of the videos to create all those pages. I just wanted to let you know that this is a cycle that we are going to repeat at least 3 more times for the 3 other pages of this small project. Okay.